or Sauve?
Sauve.
Sauve, perfect. Sauve, good. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
What now, signor? English. Scorsi, no?
English, see? Yeah.
No, scorsi. English.
English. That sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Here?
These trees are special in Porto, and as you can see, they're very unusual, with the bottom large stump, and there's a long story behind it. Most famous artist in Porto, 13 Laughing Men, and these are sculptures in metal.
Porto is one of the oldest churches here in the city. It's from the 12th century, and when it was built, it was considered the center of Porto. Because the difference between Porto and the rest of the other cities in Portugal was that normally a city was given to a nobleman, and he was the lord of the town. He has his castle and the little people around his castle.
This is the inside of the beautiful train station in Porto, and these tiles were all done by a very famous artist. The top section shows the evolution of transportation. Not sure if you can see that. And it ends with the train, when the train became very famous. Right up there in the corner.
We're in Portugal, where all pets work for a living. Keep that in mind, Victor.
These beautiful old tile buildings with the beautiful balconies, iron, remind me of Mexico, the cultural center, especially Puebla and some of those cultural areas. Very beautiful. The main cathedral up there on top, and the white building is the cloister. Down below is the tunnel.
Famous bridge in Porto, and that same bridge was designed by the person that designed the Eiffel Tower. Porto from the riverbank. Barbie on a bike.
These are the traditional boats that run up and down the river in Porto. Backdrop is the bridge. Here we have a pretty picture of Porto. Saint Francis from the 1300s. the bridge from Gaio to Porto.
Just for future reference, we're crossing a railroad bridge and a walking bridge in Porto. And the yellow arrow is for the Portuguese Camino heading north to Santiago, which Deb and I just did from France. And the blue arrow heads south to Fatima on the Portuguese Camino.
On the Gaio side, this is a World Heritage Site, monastery. It is also still used by about 300 military personnel. This is on top and across from Porto.
Train station at night in Porto. City Hall in Porto. Believe it or not, we are in McDonald's in Porto. Probably the prettiest McDonald's I've ever seen. I think it was an old 1920s coffee house, and now McDonald's Florida. Morning in Porto. The view from our bedroom deck. Guy over there is raising a garden, chickens, roosters, and right in the middle of the city.
Say Cathedral Paco Episcopal, a 12th century church, also part of the World Heritage Site.
View of the old section of Porto.
The chapel at St. Vincent. The cloister at the main cathedral in Porto. A ceramic tile painting from the 12th century. Excavation still going on at the church. And here Santiago shows himself in Portugal. Dining room table from 1722 and some fabulous oil paintings on the ceiling.
Porto is the land of the smart car.
The Majestic Cafe in Porto. We've just arrived at Porto Covo, where we will begin hiking the Fisherman's Way, and it feels like California.
És todo o meu desejo, calor em cama fria. És tudo que não vejo, morrendo dia após dia. Não ouves meu lamento, nem a voz da solidão. Que farás neste momento, quem mora em teu coração? não és senão silêncio a gritar dentro de mim. És brado de saudade, saudade sem ter fim. Sou alma já vencida, quem vai querer-me assim? Se eu já não vivo a vida me vive a mim. Não és senão silêncio a gritar dentro de mim. És brado de saudade, saudade sem ter fim. Sou alma já vencida, quem vai querer-me assim? Se eu já não vivo a vida me vive a mim. Já estou sentindo o frio da despedida. Pouco a pouco a minha vida vai perdendo claridade. Já estou sentindo a amargura dessa hora. Ainda não foste embora, já estou sentindo saudade. Já estou sentindo a distância dos teus passos, o calor dos teus abraços. Já pouco me aquece agora. Teus olhos frios, quando se encontram nos meus, já desenham o adeus de quem está para ir embora. Os ventos vão mudar, os dias vão passar desfeitos em saudade.
We're in our hotel in Zambujeira do Mar, Portugal, right off the Fisherman's Trail. And this is one of the hotels we're staying at. Very nice, great area, and it's only €30 a night.
Trazendo a solidão, a neve vai cair, a terra vai sentir a flor cair ao chão. O sol vai se afastando, a noite vem chegando, trazendo a solidão. A neve vai cair, a terra vai sentir a flor cair ao chão. Oh, 'cause 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 ' É de noite que eu me lembro de tudo o que eu tinha. Ao deixar-te abandonada, deitada, sozinha, lembro aquela felicidade que um dia foi minha. Chego a julgar-me a teu lado, contigo deitado. Procuro na escuridão, mas o teu lugar vazio está tão vazio e tão frio como esse teu coração. Olhando a tua moldura, deduzo por fim que ambos sofremos o mesmo destino ruim. Falta nela o teu retrato e faltas-me tu a mim. Chego a julgar-me a teu lado.
This is the home of Amelia Rodriguez, the diva of Fado.
Procuro na escuridão, mas o teu lugar vazio está tão vazio e tão frio como esse teu coração. Procuro na escuridão, mas o teu lugar vazio está tão vazio e tão frio como esse teu coração.
Hello, we have two gentlemen here that are picking berries. What kind of berries are they?
So this is small berries. It calls zimbro in Portugal. In Portuguese.
Zimbro?
Zimbro. And I have no idea the English. This is the basic ingredient to make gin.
Okay, it's a basic ingredient to make gin from gin and tonic.
Yeah.
To do a very, very good gin. And this is one of the principal areas in Portugal where you have the best ones, the best berries are here.
Okay.
These one are green, but it's better when they are blue.
Okay.
But in green, it's okay.
Obrigada.
Sem flor, foste passado sem sorte e coração sem amor. Foste passado sem sorte e coração sem amor. Agora, por ter ficado uma sombra não vivida, dessa sombra do passado ficou a sombra da vida. Dessa sombra do passado ficou a sombra da vida. Agora, por ter ficado uma sombra não vivida, dessa sombra do passado ficou a sombra da vida. Não queiras saber de mim, deixa-me entregue à bebida, deixa-me a vida viver. Estou cansado desta vida, estou cansado, estou vencido, estou cansado de sofrer. Chorei, chorei, triste fiquei, sozinho depois. Bebi, bebi, sofri, sofri, sofremos os dois. Senti ciúme, chorei, sofri a noite inteira. Fumei, fumei, pensei, pensei desta maneira. Volta, amor, e vem depressa. Desejo ver-te chegar, desejo voltar à vida e nunca mais te deixar. Sinto os meus olhos chorar ao escrever este poema, canto de choro, solidão. Tristeza, dor foi o lema, nossa vida.
We are in Sagres, staying at a boutique B&B. This is the most southeastern point in all of Europe that you can stay. And we have a nice view of the ocean. We have a very nice little deck outside and king bed, all for $52.
Volta, amor, e vem depressa. Desejo ver-te chegar, desejo voltar à vida e nunca mais te deixar. Volta, amor, e vem depressa. Desejo ver-te chegar, desejo voltar à vida e nunca mais.
The city of Sagres, at the end of the Fisherman's Trail.
O fado negro, negro amor é pão, amargo pão de quem não tem amor. Ai, negro, negro como a negra flor e como as tábuas negras do caixão. O fado negro tem no quem pecar, o fado negro tem no por calvário. Ai, negras penas, contas de rosário.
This is the beautiful town of Sagres, the most southwestern city in all of the European continent.
View from a pie in Lisbon. This is a Jesuit church in Lisbon. What makes it different from other churches, it doesn't have any central pillars, and the ceiling is all wood with the fresco painting.
Castillo de Jorge.
Works best with the material. It's the most resistant color. So whichever color that you're going to use when you're producing your tiles, you're probably.
He is making cream pies. Yes. These are very famous in the boy are they good.
Luis Camões, the most important and famous author of Portugal. Another famous Portuguese author who had so many different pseudonyms, it was difficult to know which writing was actually his or possibly from another individual. Castelo Saint George.
Down we go in the tuk-tuk.
Yes.
How cool is this? This is the Castle St. George that we were at today. We're looking at it from the plaza where Deb and I are spending the night. We're in Sintra, we're on a tour, and this is one of the many castles that they have here.
She's just crying. She just had a broken heart. And the yellow one, this is number 2. The Moorish castle was built in the 8th century, and it was conquered by the Portuguese in the 12th century. Now I'm going to get into just a little bit of history so you understand. Of the 20th century, but string, and that's played by a guy that makes like the harmonics and the solos. If you're interested about fun, we actually.
Here we have Quinta de Regalera. Quinta de Regalera. The only true Portuguese with you can see the 2 Portuguese castle towers that are actually the chimneys from the kitchen. Palace of Montserrat in Sintra.
I'm standing on the edge of Cabo de Roca, the farthermost western point in Portugal, and I understand all of Europe. So it's either this or finished. We're in the Rocio district in Lisbon. We're staying right on the plaza. And in fact, oh my gosh, there's Deb. Hey Deb! That's our room right in the plaza.
This is the Rocio metro station and a view from our room.
Cycles Hotel. I think I'm home. We're in Lisbon still, and this is a monument to the Age of Discovery dedicated to the Portuguese explorers over the years. And most of their discoveries, I think, were made around the 1500s. And they discovered India, Japan, Brazil, and a whole bunch of places in Africa. This is a huge monument. We're looking at the Portuguese version of the Golden Gate Bridge. This is the bridge made by the same people that built the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco.
The Tower of Belém.
We're riding the number 828 trolley car in Lisbon.
Também respeito, a gente aqui não somos uns bonecos. Nem a forma de eles falarem. Dizer, eu não tenho